Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a city that millions of people dream of visiting, but honestly, so many experienced completely wrong. We're breaking down the reality of Bangkok, finding the magic hidden right in the middle of all that chaos. So, if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed trying to navigate a massive new metropolis, or if you're gearing up for a trip to Thailand, you absolutely need to hear this. We're going to unpack exactly how to crack the code of one of the world's most vibrant capitals.
Picture this. You've just landed in Thailand. You've been dreaming about this trip for months, saving up, meticulously planning out the perfect itinerary. You grab your bags, walk out of the airport into that warm tropical air, and pull up your map app. Great news! Your hotel is only 12 kilometers away. You jump into a taxi expecting a quick 20, maybe 30-minute ride tops. Easy, right? Well, that expectation shatters pretty fast. Instead of a quick breeze, an hour goes by. You are barely moving. You're just sitting there, watching motorcycles weave recklessly between gridlocked lanes while that afternoon heat beats down relentlessly. And somewhere in the back of that taxi, you genuinely start to ask yourself, why do people actually love this city so much?
If you felt that way, you are absolutely not alone. The truth is, Bangkok isn't a city you simply visit. It's a city you learn, a city you feel, and, well, a city you slowly grow into. The single biggest mistake tourists make is trying to conquer it, or understand it, way too quickly. Bangkok has this really strange way of deliberately hiding its charm on day one. It just doesn't give away its secrets to anyone in a rush. You really have to give it time and let the magic slowly reveal itself to you.
To understand why it feels so chaotic right out of the gate, you have to grasp its sheer scale. We're talking over 10 million people living here. This massive capital wasn't built as a playground for tourists, it was built for the millions of locals who commute, work, and live out their daily lives. You know, it's the morning commuter grabbing breakfast, the family at the neighborhood food court, the street vendor serving the exact same recipe for decades. It's a living, breathing, incredibly dense machine.
And it's a city of absolute contradictions. It's a place where traditional golden temples and quiet courtyards exist quite literally right next to towering glass skyscrapers and buzzing neon intersections. You can see monks walking right past luxury shopping malls. You can stand in the absolute silence of a temple courtyard, just listening to distant bells, and 30 minutes later, you are completely surrounded by thousands of people moving in every direction under bright neon lights. For some, that rapid shift feels totally overwhelming, but for others, it becomes completely unforgettable.
Because of this massive scale, and let's be real, the notorious traffic, here is your first practical lesson. Distance means very little. Location is everything. A restaurant or museum that looks like it's just a few blocks away on your app, yeah? That can actually take ages to reach. The physical distance is practically irrelevant when you're trying to get around the densest parts of the city. You have to completely rethink how you navigate. So, how do we actually solve this? Well, the absolute smartest travel decision you can make in Bangkok isn't picking a fancy hotel. It's picking a location immediately near public transit, specifically the BTS SkyTrain or the MRT subway. Areas like Sukhumvit, Siam, or Siloam are fantastic because they connect you directly to these networks. Once you use them, this massive city suddenly shrinks. And the second part of that advice, don't force the city to move faster. Locals don't spend their whole lives complaining about traffic, they adapt to it. Once you learn that local rhythm and just stop rushing, the whole city becomes surprisingly enjoyable.
And when you finally stop rushing, the city really opens up. You step away from the traffic, and you discover the deep cultural heartbeat that truly captures the imagination of travelers. Finding these serene moments, like imagine seeing a traditional boat gliding across the water with historic temples glowing in the background. That is the true reward for slowing down and letting the city guide you rather than trying to dictate the pace.
Now, we absolutely cannot talk about Bangkok without diving into the food. Imagine it's 7 o'clock in the evening. The sun is set, the neon lights are turning orange, and the air is just filled with the incredible smell of grilled pork and fresh mango sticky rice. You'll see plastic tables full of laughing friends with locals and tourists sitting side by side. Food here isn't just sustenance, it's a core part of daily life and identity. It is literally everywhere, from luxury rooftops to the most humble alleyways. You realize pretty quickly that what makes Bangkok dining so special isn't just a low price tag, it's the incredible, endless variety everywhere you step.
Okay, here is an insider secret you really need to know. Malls are not just for shopping. In a lot of countries, a mall is just a commercial space, right? You buy things and you leave. But in Bangkok, they are vital community hubs deeply woven into everyday life. It's where locals go to meet friends, have incredible dinners, watch movies, and frankly, escape the intense tropical heat for a bit. Some of these complexes are so massive and experiential that you could easily spend an entire day inside and still not see the whole shebang.
So to actually enjoy all of this, you have to change your approach. Step 1. Ditch the exhausting weekend checklist. A massive mistake travelers make is trying to cram the Grand Palace, Wat Pho, Wat Arun, the floating markets, Chatuchak, and rooftop bars all into a single frantic weekend. The result? Total exhaustion. Step 2. Embrace curiosity and unplanned moments. Bangkok does not reward speed. It rewards the traveler who wanders into a hidden coffee shop, has an unplanned conversation with a local vendor, or takes a slow, aimless walk down a quiet canal.
Now, here is a really fascinating surprise for you. Most Thai people don't actually call the city Bangkok. They call it Krung Thep, which translates beautifully to City of Angels. Learning this completely shifts your perspective, right? It takes it from being just a bustling tourist trap to a place deeply revered by the people who actually call it home.
But wait, it gets even better. Ready for this? Krung Thep Mahanakan Amant Ratanakosan, Mahan Tala Ayutthaya, and it literally just keeps going. In fact, the full ceremonial name of Bangkok is officially the longest place name in the entire world. Most locals can recite at least part of it from memory, usually thanks to a pretty popular song. It's just an amazing reminder that this metropolis has a rich, complex history and culture that only reveals itself to you little by little.
Of course, logistics and common sense still apply. Bangkok is generally very safe, but you should stay alert. Always verify it yourself if a friendly stranger insists a famous attraction is closed today. That's a classic trick to reroute you to a gem shop or tailor. And if a tuk-tuk offer sounds way too cheap to be true, definitely ask questions. As for the weather, November through February offers the coolest temps, while March to May gets intensely hot. And hey, don't let the rainy season scare you. The rain here is dramatic but brief. It pours heavily for an hour, washes the streets clean, cools the air, and then quickly vanishes.
Ultimately, what this whole explainer comes down to is the feeling of the city. Bangkok is not the cleanest city, it's not the quietest city, and it is certainly not perfectly organized. But what it is perfectly alive. What makes millions of people completely fall in love with this place is the incredible feeling that old and new exist together, day after day, year after year. Markets waking up before sunrise, while street vendors from the night before are just finishing up. The whole city just hums with a unique, irreplaceable energy.
Think back to that frustrated traveler we talked about at the very beginning, stuck in a sweltering, unmoving taxi. By adapting to the rhythm and learning not to force the city to move faster, everything changes. Fast forward a few days, and that same traveler is sitting peacefully by the Chao Phraya River, happily eating mango sticky rice, watching the ferries go by, and completely in love with the place they almost gave up on during hour one.
As we wrap up this explainer and look forward to our next journey together, which by the way, we'll be heading north to explore the mountains and slower pace of Chiang Mai, I want to leave you with a question. Are you ready to stop simply visiting Bangkok and start actually learning it? Will you just rush through to check off the tourist boxes on a stressful weekend, or will you take a breath, adapt to the rhythm, and let this incredible city slowly grow on you? I highly recommend you try the latter. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.